Hello, welcome. I'm Lori LaRose. I've been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 20 years. I'm from Alberta, Canada. I'm really excited to show you the cards I've created today with the Lucky Clover and the Coordinating Punch. I'm so happy to be part of this wonderful event and want to thank Stephanie for organizing us and creating such a visually beautiful event page. There's so many wonderful presentations. I can't wait to actually break out my stamps and recreate some of them. Right now, I've been plotting on what I'm going to show you. I have to tell you that when I got the catalog, I was super excited about this set. Then when I actually received it, I was like, I don't want to just do, I don't want to just do St. Patrick's Day cards. And so I was like, what else can I do? What else? So St. Patrick's Day, there's lots of different choices and lots of different things that you can do. Oops, I'm doing that a little bit too fast. Anyways, so I'm like, not just St. Patrick's Day. With a punch, it's always quite easy to come in with a little fun spinner card, which I thought, well, that's cool, but it's still kind of looking a little bit shamrocky to me. So then I thought, what about this? Now that might be if I pulled in this little guy. So I thought, but really, that's a pretty simple card. So I wasn't too keen on that guy. So I came back to the idea of the embossing that I'd done on this card, and I was like, what about a little bit of Emboss Resist? So that's what I'm going to do today. And I played around, so I'll have a few examples to show you afterwards, but let's go with an idea here that I have. So I do lives most weeknights on my Facebook page. And honestly, you'd never know. Well, okay, you would know. No, you wouldn't know that I've done enough of them because I'm kind of crazy. It doesn't get any better, but that's all right because it's just kind of fun. And I like just to show stuff as I go. So what I'm doing, and I guess I should tell you what I'm doing because I don't usually tell you what I'm doing. I'm just going to cover the entire page with some pale papaya. When you're doing the blending brushes, it's always a nice idea to start off the page and come onto the page. Now I'm not going to spend the whole time just doing that, so I'll just pretend that whole thing is done, okay? So now you'll want to pull in. Now we have a new embossing buddy, which is super fun. I'm so glad we got it back again. So you'll want to emboss, do the embossing buddy on there, and pull in your Versamark. So again, and I do this on my lives all the time, just pretend. There's a lot of pretending in my world. When I was a kid, I used to skate on a pond, and a lot of times I just stood there, and in my own mind's eye, I was Dorothy Hamill and doing spins. If anybody was watching me, I'm pretty sure they would have thought I was like a complete lunatic, but I had fun. So, so I still do the same thing. Just pretend this is all pale papaya. You'll see in a few seconds that it really is by the magic of television. So you're going to stamp randomly. One little hint when you're stamping randomly, again, pretending the whole page is done. When you stamp, instead of turning your stamp this way and that way, if you just continue to turn your paper and stamp all the way around, then by the magic of television and a heat gun and some powder. So then what you'll do, of course, is sprinkle your powder on here, knock it off, and okay? So you can just barely see it on there, maybe not, yeah? And then with a heat gun, it becomes more like that, which is really hard with all the lights for you to see that properly. But anyways, so now is where the magic comes. I'm going to pull in some Calypso Coral, and I am going to do this whole thing. So in truth, I probably might end up wanting to have done this one by the magic of television as well, but I'm going to hope that I can do this fairly easily. So I said that I do my lives most weeknights. Just recently, I started to do a new 12-week monthly subscription course to kickstart your creativity. We did it last year called Kickstart. This year, we're going to ramp up your resolutions using your own stash this year. And so I've got challenges and inspiration, the community with encouragement. And on the Wednesday nights, that's why I'm not doing my lives on Wednesday nights, is because I'm doing a Zoom class every Wednesday night at 7 Mountain Time. So I do my lives at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and I just explore whatever. In full truth, if you want to see sort of some of the cards that I did in prep for this card, in my limbo week, as I called it, the time between Christmas and New Year's, I actually did play with the set a few times on my live. So that's kind of fun as I got it going. So I have to tell you, I'm kind of excited how dark this went. Yahoo! So I'm loving this Calypso. I have not actually completed this card yet. So this is my first go with this color combination. Woohoo! Very, very pretty. I love it. So when you've got this, now this is Emboss Resist, so that kind of looks like, oh yeah, that's great. But then you're going to pull in a Kleenex, and you're just going to get the ink off of there so that you have, oops, sorry, I'm wobbling all over the place. So that you have, so now I will tell you that most of my lives, I pretend like I'm going to be about 25, 30 minutes. I only want to be about 10 minutes today to 15. And I'm usually about 45 or 50, because just as I get going, I'm like, oh, wait, and I come up with another idea, because creativity spawns creativity. So it's kind of cool. Now, if you want to get a little tricky, you could take a little bit of moisture from your cleaning cloth and just make sure that you are picking up. When you have it a little tiny bit wet, I will tell you, it picks up a little bit of, because the stamp has color inside. Oh, I have a really neat idea. I won't have no idea where I have it, but oh yes. Message me or put it in the comments to remind me that I would like to show you a really cool idea with Versamark and blends and this stamp set. It's really super cool. Okay, so now, isn't that pretty? Okay, I love it. Yay, it's gorgeous. Now I have to decide which way I would like to have it, but I'm going to pretend this way. And as I'm doing this, as usual, I'm like, oh, dang, I probably don't have a base for this card, but that's okay. So I'm going to pull in, and I'm kind of assuming that by now you guys have watched 100 different ones. So pretend that I have my little owl from Celebration and my Memento Black, and I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it onto a nice piece of paper. And I'm going to color it with my blends. And again, by the magic of television, woo-woo, I have a beautiful little owl that I've cut out. And then with this stamp set, it has the Sending Luck and Love from one of our stamp sets called Sending Smiles. Sorry. It also has all good luck you're coming your way, and it also has the word sending. So I thought I would do a little play on the sending, and I did pre-cut that. And I also took my brush that had a little tiny bit of Calypso on it, and I darkened it just a little tiny bit because I wanted it to be a little more standout-ish. So although I'll have the sending, I still do need the luck and love. So... and this is where I do get bad, because I'm always losing it right in front of me. All right, when you want to block some part of this, if you have our markers, that's one way. You can just color the markers. This one's pretty good because there's a huge big space. So in all truth, you'd be able to probably just tap it on the side. I don't know if you can see that, but you'd probably be able to hit that pretty good. Most of our stamp sets are a little bit closer together. So if you just take some regular old tape and you, I think as I was showing you, I probably got some ink on here. So I just want to make sure I got it clean. If you need a big enough piece, of course. But if you take a piece of Scotch tape and just cover it up, then you can go ahead and stamp on here. And then all you do is pull this guy off and stamp. And voila, nice, hey? So now instead of Sending Luck and Love, you just have Luck and Love, because of course I'm going to put the Sending Luck and Love here. And you will notice on my lives over on Stamping with Lori LaRose, I never hardly ever glue down stuff. So bear with me in that world. But there is our little card, and I think this would be I will run and see if I can grab quick, but I totally forgot about this part. That's not unusual for me, and my apologies. Oh, dang, you guys. Calypso Coral, where is it? Ay, ay, ay. Hopefully it looks great on this background. I normally would run over if I had 2 extra minutes. I just always say, talk amongst yourselves. But if I had 2 extra minutes, I would have grabbed the pale papaya to see what it would look like as well. But I think this will do the trick. And there, voila, in 10 minutes and 41 seconds, I did it. Anyways, teasing, but there it is. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. And I hope that I did everything I was supposed to do. Oh, I didn't. I need to show you my other cards. Oh, good gracious, you guys. I was so busy trying to get on time. All right. So my very first idea with this, because I had used this little boy, was to pull in the little girl, and I did one in green. And so that I used, my first sponging was Parakeet. And then after I clear embossed that, I went over it with the shaded spruce. And then I did just white emboss. And I thought it was kind of fun just to have a little sentiment inside of that little guy still. Then I thought, oh, so I colored it all rainbow with pink and blue and yellow and orange and a darker pink down here. And I clear embossed those. And then I came back in with Starry Skies, and I made that. And I'm hoping that you're seeing a little bit beyond the Shamrock and St. Patrick's Day. So then this idea gave me an idea that maybe I'd like to play around with some baby wipes. And so I did some baby wipes, and I clear embossed over top of those, of course, and then came in over top with Gorgeous Grape. And again, now using the words, trying again just to stay away from St. Patrick's Day a little tiny bit. I tell you, when I did do this, it was gorgeous, but I felt that I lost a lot of it when I actually inked over top of it with a blending brush. So I wanted to do the baby wipes one more time without going over top of it. So I did not clear emboss and resist on this one, but I did do, and that one is pretty much exactly the same as that guy, just a totally different color. So I'm not sure which one yours as a favorite of yours. Trying to get away from the green. I hoped to do a little bit of some crazy fun stuff. So now, with a very busy video there, I will say thank you again, and I hope that you choose the Lucky Clover and share with me some neat card ideas that you can do with that. Okay, and one extra thing I want to do, I am doing a tip of my tip of the thing is just a key ring and storing your die shapes on there. And I thought it did have merit that if I showed you just quickly how it works. Basically, it kind of works because any one that you want, you can just literally pull it, shake it, and it's always the one that comes to the top to come out. So no matter which one you want, you don't have to take them from one end or other or shuffle over top or anything like that. Literally, you can pick the smallest one in the middle, and when you shake it, it just comes back up to the top. Then these guys can just pop back on for storage. I put mine in a drawer, but I do know a lot of people put them onto hooks and they love them. So for the circles and these guys are the beautiful shapes, I think they're called. Anytime that the shapes, I just love storing them this way. So that's my hack. All right, I will talk with you guys another day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.